Today we're talking fake tan. I took a minute away from fake tan because I'm not going anywhere and who cares. But I saw this on the side and thought, you know what? Let's do it. Gradual self tanner with CC cream and CC cream with bronzer from Norvell. They sent me this a while ago, months ago, and I was going to give it a go and I was just, lockdown, but I thought we'd give it a go today. So it says, use daily to build a gradual self tan or extend your sunless tanning results. Smooth on evenly and blend thoroughly. Use sparingly around knuckles, knees, ankles and elbows. To avoid colouring of palms, use Norvell blending mitt or wash hands immediately with soap and water after application. Colour begins to develop within 2 to 3 hours. For best results, wait 8 hours or longer between applications. I'm ready. This is a skinny tan bronzing mitt. Do you think it's gonna know? Oh, I need to take a before picture. Ooh, okay, it's tinted. I like that. See where you're going when it's tinted. Also, it says it's a CC cream, so I'm kind of thinking, I'm like weirdly crouching right now because, protecting my modesty. It smells amazing. It smells like coconuts. Right, so I'm thinking it's going to be something between a regular gradual tan and like a tinted instant tan. Like the, what's it called? The one that we did last. The really expensive instant tan that I love, which is called Body Blur, the Vita Liberata Body Blur. I'm thinking it's going to be, it seriously smells amazing. Kind of reminds me of Hawaiian Tropic. I'm thinking, looking at either side, it's kind of giving me like a bit of a glow, a bit of an instant glow. So I think kind of somewhere between body makeup and gradual tan. I'm done. So everywhere, hopefully. Tried to get my back. Difficult. I ended up putting it on a foot file and trying to reach just a little bit. I'm really annoyed with myself that I got rid of my long handled back brush because I used to use that for that all the time. Got rid of it because it was kind of getting a little bit, it was flaking. It had been in the bath too many times. Forgot that I used it for this as well. So in terms of drying time, it's feeling a lot like a lightweight moisturizer. I think it's going to be 5-10 minutes till it's fully absorbed, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be really heavy like some fake tans are. But once it's dry, I'm going to put on my tanning onesie. This is called a bronzy. It was sent to me 2 years ago, maybe. Expensive for what it is. Completely not necessary, but I use it every single time I fake tan. It's got like a velvety lining in certain areas, which is nice. And I think that it helps. Number one, it definitely helps from getting it on stuff. So especially with this is tinted. This is going to get on my sheets. I don't want that. And it kind of absorbs some of the smells of the fake tan while it's developing. And I could sleep in it if I wanted to, but tend to do this in the daytime. Put that on, wander around the house, feeling like J-Lo in a velvety jumpsuit, do some non-hip-hoppy moves, and then later on when I take it off, I can just throw it in the wash. So I really like that. But any kind of onesie, anything where you're kind of protecting your sheets is a good idea at this point. And then I'll come back to you later on to see how this has developed, and we will try to do it a couple of times. Not too worried about getting too dark since I'm not actually going anywhere. So this is the time to try the fake tans that might end up being a little bit crazy. It's been at least 8 hours, so I think it's safe now to wash this off. But I thought I would give you a bit of a look at what it looks like while it's still on. Even if it's got no colour, I tend to find that after a bath or a shower, the colour kind of fades a little bit. I don't know why. Obviously this was tinted, so that's worth bearing in mind. But I'm really liking the colour. It doesn't look uneven or patchy even kind of around my knuckles, which is, not perfect. I don't think it looks too bad. Again, I wasn't careful. But this is why we do these, because I am not a diligent tan applier. I am always looking for the easiest, most foolproof tan, and so I want to just apply it a little bit slapdash and let's see what happens. But I'm pretty happy with this so far. So I'm going to wash it off tonight. I'm going to show you tomorrow and we will reapply. Right, I'm filming this clip on my phone because for the life of me, I can't find my little thing plugged into my computer that's got my memory card in it. It's somewhere in the house. Anyway, so if it's slightly different, I know it's not ideal, but whatever. That's why. Happy with the colour, quite dark on the face, more so than everywhere else, I would say. It's not crazy, but a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that because my face gets thoroughly cleansed more than the rest of me. Sounds gross, but it's true. I'm like, you know, properly cleansing twice a day, potentially using other things. And so it fades quicker on my face, my hands. And so also not super bothered about the fact that it's a little bit orangey on my knuckles. Not the end of the world. Ultimately, really nice colour. It did smell, it's a very light fragrance, but I kind of, you know, you have that kind of like air of a fake tan smell. This morning I could smell it. It's just not my favourite. So although it smells really nice when it goes on, ultimately, all fake tan smells like fake tan. Whatever that smell is to you, it smells like fake tan. But I really like it, I do. This, not so bad. Knees, feet, all that stuff, pretty regular, enjoying it. And I'm thinking from the colour that I was yesterday, I probably would do this like once a week, and that weekly colour would be nice, that like paler tan would be for me. I would say in terms of how much I've used, I feel like when I was getting it out, it was a lot. And I don't think I'm probably, it's so hard to tell, but I'm going to say I'm a quarter of the way through. So let's say if I was to use this once a week, maths, this probably would last me like 2 months. Is that good maths? I don't know. But I'm going to come back to you in a few days to see how this is wearing, you know, the drill. I just wanted to give you an update. This is the official colour that we're at. 2 applications in. Let's talk about this tan. I feel like it was kind of a fail from the beginning because halfway through, I couldn't find my memory card. And so I should have been warned at that point. But a day after that last clip, it started to wear in this area. In this area that I didn't even know I had a line. You know, like when you're sitting, you're on your phone, you're like this, and you're doing the lines there. It started to wear in what would be that line that is created when I'm like this all the time. And that was not pretty. This already started to look kind of uneven and unattractive. I wasn't happy with it at that point. I wasn't going to put any more on. It's completely faded now. It didn't take very long at all. It didn't kind of fade in a strange way around my kind of elbows or my knees or my ankles or anything like that. But I did find that it wore away really quickly, and as it was wearing really quickly, I didn't like how it looked. The main benefits would be that almost immediately it looked pretty nice because of that CC effect. It was kind of like, it wasn't quite a body makeup thing, but it was slightly blurring, and it smelled really, really nice when you first applied it. So maybe if you wanted to put it on if you were going out, I personally wouldn't, because I'm very conscious of it then transferring or it developing in a strange way as I was out in the world. But maybe, you know, if you are comfortable with that, then it would be fine. And it did smell really nice until it started to develop, which I'd say it probably smelled fine like 6 or 7 hours. And then obviously you get the regular fake tan smell. It didn't smell particularly bad once I'd washed it off, just kind of like a subtle smell. I didn't find that it was transferring on my sheets or anything once the initial application had been washed off. And there wasn't anything particularly bad about this product, but there also wasn't anything particularly good about it. It's not something that I would recommend, and I think if you are putting this against kind of high street stuff like Dove Demaspa, I did a video comparing that to the Saint-Tropez one. The Gradual Tan from Dove is just really difficult to beat for multiple reasons. You can go and watch that video and see kind of how it compared to a higher end one anyway, but especially in terms of price, and it's just a really good, it's just a good product. And so whenever it comes to a Gradual Tan, I'm always kind of pitting it against that in my mind, and this kind of just didn't compare. It definitely felt like a more luxurious experience. It felt like a nicer product when I was applying it, but the overall, how it developed, how it wore, the whole thing, I then felt like it just wasn't as good for me. So kind of a fail all round, unfortunately. This was sent to me for review. It was sent to me absolutely ages ago. I actually ended up filming the end of this several weeks after it washed away, because I was just kind of in the back of my mind thinking, I'm just not even going to post that review. But I want to, because for some of you, you will be considering that, and I just don't think it's worth the cash, truth be told. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, you can go and check out my other noob tan reviews, all much like this. I do not consider myself an expert, but I think lots of us are in this position, and so I want to kind of
apply it in an easy, haphazard way and see what happens. Sometimes it's going to be user error, but I think that most of us kind of are looking for something that's foolproof, that is very difficult to get wrong. And so if I find something that works, it literally will work for anyone. So you can check those videos out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!